If you're an MBA aspirant or an MBA student, then you need to watch this, because in this video, I will be sharing with you my experience from the IIM days and what I've learned about what needs to be your thought process for you to be able to get the best outcomes from your MBA program. Now, all of this which I'll be sharing with you, I have condensed it into a 2x2 matrix. And using this matrix, what you'll be able to understand is that at various stages of your B school, what should be your thought process and how you need to take care of your MBA program. Hi, I'm Tarpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur, and let's get on with the video. So as I explained, I will be sharing with you a 2x2 matrix of what needs to be your thought process during your MBA program. Now, during your MBA program, the two things which are important are what you're feeling from the inside, the internal drive, and what you're feeling from the outside, and what you're experiencing from the outside, I should say. So what you're feeling from the inside is the motivation and the drive to do well, whereas what you're experiencing on the outside are the challenges. Therefore, my 2x2 is about motivation and the challenges which you'll experience. And as you can see on my screen, I have plotted the motivation on the y-axis and the challenges on the x-axis. Now, given that whichever stage of MBA you are in, you lie somewhere in these four squares only. And you need to be conscious of which square, which quadrant you are in, and which quadrant you should ideally be in. And that is the entire story of this video. So let's get back to the screen and understand that what are the things which are there, which are important for you to identify which quadrant you are in and which quadrant you should be in. Now, the first thing is that if you're an MBA aspirant, you're surely in the first quadrant wherein the motivation is high and the challenge is also high. Now try and understand this. For you to crack a competitive exam like the CAT or any other MBA exam, and for you to be in a good B school, you need to be in this quadrant and this quadrant only. Because if you're not there in the high motivation and high challenge quadrant, then you will not be able to extract the optimum performance from within yourself. And therefore, it is likely that as an MBA aspirant, you would be in this zone wherein you feel very strongly from within that yes, I have to clear the exam, I need to change my entire life story, and I need to get into that MBA program so that I can get the best outcomes from it. At the same time, you would be experiencing that yes, the exam is a very high stakes exam and I need to crack it. Now what happens is that once you enter the B school, once you're a first year student, you slip down from the quadrant number 1 to quadrant 2. Wherein the challenge is still high, but your drive from within, your motivation from within, it drops. Now, why is it so? Just understand this, that when you enter a school, you still have that challenge of the summer placements in front of you, and you are aware that yes, I need to crack that. And you can also see that all of the students around you, all of the friends around you, they have got some good profiles, and you have also started to experiencing that yes, you are not being shortlisted for a lot of organizations where you're applying for. So all of this reminds you again that yes, even summer placements is a challenge. However, what happens is this thing, that because after studying hard as an MBA aspirant, after cracking the exam, after cracking the interviews, because you've entered a B school, you get a feeling that okay, I've arrived. Even if there is a challenge in terms of the summer placements, I know somewhere that I will eventually make it somewhere. I will find an internship from somewhere at least. Therefore, your drive to work hard, it slightly drops, but the challenge on the outside, it remains equally challenging. And therefore, as a first year student, you remain in this quadrant wherein the motivation has dropped, but the challenge is still high. Now, the third thing is a very important one, because here is what you need to understand about what is going to be a perpetual thought process starting from the second year of your MBA towards your entire life. what happens is that when you enter the second year of your MBA program, you enter a stage which the students of science and physics will be able to understand, that this is a stage of what I call equilibrium. Because now in this stage, the external force, which is the challenge, is also low, and also the internal drive, the internal force is also very low. It is the stage of low motivation and low challenge. And why exactly is it like this? Because after you have come back to your school from your internships, you have had experience the first year, you have had a very short stint at a good organization as well, and now in the second year of your MBA, you realize that your academic requirements have also eased out. Your academic calendar is also fairly relaxed. And that is when you realize that now suddenly, after a very long time, the challenge has dropped, because either you will have a PPO or a PPI from your internship, and even if you don't have it, you now know that how do I experience the placements and how do I get a placement from MBA. So what you're experiencing is that the challenge has dropped. However, because of this thing that the challenge has dropped, what you're also experiencing is that your internal drive also remains low, and now you have no reason to work hard for anything, because either you'll already be having an offer from your internship, or even if you are not having that offer, you have somewhere understood that how to game the entire program. However, it's not a fact. You cannot game a program like that. You still need to work hard for you to get the best outcomes from your MBA. And now once you are in this equilibrium state, the problem is that MBA students, and most of the MBA students, they remain in this equilibrium state throughout their journeys for a very good number of years in their life. And it is only after a few years that they realize that, okay, why is it that I'm stuck at a place? Why is it that even after my MBA program, I am not able to grow? Well, the answer to it is here, because when you entered your second year, you got stuck in this equilibrium state wherein the challenge which you were experiencing from the outside was also low, and also the motivation which you were feeling from within was not high at all. And therefore, you need to understand that this is a space which you can be in for some time. However, if you stay here for too long, this can be a big problem for you. It will not allow you to get the outcomes which you want from your MBA, because once you're in this stage, especially when you're in your year 2 of your MBA, if you enter this stage and if you remain there, you would entirely waste your entire year, and then after your MBA you would regret that, okay, that second year of MBA when I was so free, I had such a great chance to create something, to work hard for something, and probably the outcome from my MBA could have been completely changed had I worked hard in that second golden year of MBA. And that is where in this video, what I now want to explain you is that what is that magic quadrant where you need to be in. And by now you would have understood that what is that quadrant where you need to be in throughout your life, so that you can create the kind of outcomes which you want from your MBA, the kind of outcomes which I was able to create from my MBA. And that magic quadrant which you need to know about is this, the quadrant number 4, the quadrant of high motivation and low challenge. Now you might ask me that why is this the magic quadrant? Why this is the most exciting quadrant on this matrix? The answer is because not throughout your life you will be experiencing a lot of challenges. However, despite not feeling a lot of challenges, if you can keep the drive within you alive, then you would be able to get far ahead of everyone else, because while everyone else would be relaxing, you would be the one who would be working hard towards your goals. And that is what you need to do starting from the second year of your MBA program, that you need to start working towards creating the outcomes. I'm using the word creating the outcomes which you need. And that is exactly what I was able to do, because when I was in my year 2 of MBA, I had already started my blog Super Heuristics. Now I was working hard on that blog during that entire year. Every week I used to write at least 1 to 2 articles on the blog from whatever I was learning in the classroom. And for the entire year, I was focused on it. I used to completely focus on how can I grow this blog. And thanks to this blog, I got a lot of freelancing assignments right when I was in my MBA. And when my MBA had not even started, when my final placements had not even started, I had got 3 job offers from my blog thanks to my blog. So what I'm trying to share with you is that if you have enrolled for my free course 5 Steps Ahead Blueprint, you would realize that because there in that course I have already shared with you that what are the things which you can do in an MBA program so that you can utilize your knowledge and skills to create an asset like this blog, and how you can use that asset to establish your personal brand, to learn the things which you have to, and also to get the outcomes which you want. And the outcomes are not only going to be the job, it could be an off-campus offer, it could be a startup of your own, it could be the kind of lifestyle which you want. Therefore, for you to be able to do all of this, you need to be in that magic quadrant, that even if the external force is low, even if there is no external need for you to do any hard work, you still do the hard work because you have to create that outcome for yourself. And if you work hard during this phase wherein the external force is low, you will get 5 steps ahead of everyone else, and you will be proud of yourself, and you'll be happy that how well you have been able to use your MBA program very well. So that is all I had to share with you in this video of mine. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then please subscribe so that you can be informed about all such videos which I'll be creating for you. I'll see you in the next video wherein I'll be sharing with you another aspect to help you create the best outcomes from your MBA. See you in the next video. Thanks a lot.